Welcome students and welcome to the course of machine design. In the last lecture we had seen the design of longitudinal butt joint for a boiler. We had seen the thickness of the boiler cell, diameter of the rivet, the pitch distance, the thickness of the butt strap, and some more information regarding the longitudinal butt joint. Here, today we are going to see the design of a circumferential lap joint for the boiler. As far as exam point of view, the design of longitudinal butt joint is important, but though it is in syllabus, so we are going to study design of circumferential lap joint for the boiler also. First, find means how you are going to find the thickness of the cell and diameter of the rivet. So first point is thickness of cell and diameter of the rivet will be same as the longitudinal joint. Means as we had discussed in the last lecture, it is for longitudinal joint, thickness of the cell for circumferential lap joint is also calculated by the same way. That is, first you have to find the thickness, as T is equal to P multiplied by D upon eta L plus 1 millimeter. Okay, and then we have to find out the diameter. We had seen the thickness T is equal to P multiplied by D upon 2 sigma T, so T multiplied by eta L, it is longitudinal efficiency, plus 1 mm for corrosion allowance. The process of finding thickness for the both this boiler joint for longitudinal butt joint as well as circumferential lap joint is same. Okay, next step is to find out the diameter of the rivet, that is 6 multiplied by root T. We had already seen in the last video. Okay, now by the same way you have to find out thickness as well as diameter in the circumferential lap joint. इसी तरह सर्कमफ्रेंशियल लैप जॉइंट में भी हम लोग को थिकनेस और डायमीटर निकालना होगा. ठीक है. सेकंड is number of rivet. How you are going to find out number of rivet? So we have formula, that is PS is equal to n multiplied by pi by 4 d square into tau, that is sigma s. Tau and sigma s is same, and ws is equal to pi by 4 d square multiplied by p. So how you are going to find out? Comparing both, and upon comparing, though it is the shearing stress value and second is shearing resistance, here the shearing stress on the cell Ws is equal to pi by 4 d square into P. That is, P is the pressure of the steam, pressure, and D is the inner diameter of the boiler cell. Both will be same. Okay, both will be the same. Why it is same? Because the steam inside the boiler applying some load, you may call it as the searing load, and this must be at least is equal to, not greater than. In any case, ws will not be greater than uh, the ps value. For safety purpose, you have designed by equating this. So n is equal to d by d multiplied by p upon tau. Okay, this is the number of rivet that you are going to put in the boiler cell. Okay, your number of rivet may be greater than that but not less than the specified value that you are going to get by this formula. Next, the pitch of the rivet. How you are going to find out pitch? We have uh, circumferential efficiency, that is eta c, p1 minus d upon p1. Here p1 is the notation for the pitch. Okay, p1 is the notation for the pitch. So because we had already used p notation for the pressure of the steam, and same p notation for the longitudinal butt joint, here we are using p1 as a pitch of the rivet for the circumferential lap joint. From here you can find the p1 value, d the diameter of the shank, and eta c will be given by the examiner, and if not you may get from the data book. Okay, next one, that is number of rows. How many number of rows you are going to apply on the boiler cell will be calculated by total number of rivet upon number of rivet in the row. The number of rivet in the row is equal to pi d plus t upon p1. Okay, this is standard formula. You may not bother about the derivation, and you are not going to get derivation in the exam. But if you are opted higher studies like MTech and PhD, and you may take the machine design as a subject, or sorry, as a branch in the MTech and PhD. The subject you are learning here becomes a branch, that is thermodynamic, that is thermal branch, machine design branch, material science branch. Okay, somewhere in the manufacturing science is the also a branch, mining, ceramic, biotechnology, and polymer branch. You may encounter all these branch if you are opted for higher study. Okay, you have to find out the distance between the rows of the rivet, that pb value, uh, same as the previous we discuss. And how you are going to get that is for zigzag riveting, pb value will be 0.33 pt plus 0.67 d, and for chain riveting it is 2d, and we have lots of point there. So we are not going to discuss it, it may get lengthy. Lastly, overlap. We had not discussed any overlap in the last video. So overlap will be like number of rows of the rivet minus 1 and whole multiply by PB plus margin. Okay, now I want to discuss a numerical on this topic. That is one numerical from circumferential lap joint, and second numerical will be on longitudinal butt joint. Sorry, first numerical will be longitudinal butt joint, and second numerical will be circumferential lap joint. Okay, but it will take more time to discuss, so I am holding my voice here, and in next lecture we will see a numerical. On that you may see a numerical in the front of your screen also. So we had completed the theoretical part of the design of circumferential lap joint for a boiler cell and boiler, and longitudinal butt joint also for the boiler. And on the basis of these two theoretical part, we will discuss two numerical, and this numerical is important for your exam point of view. More important because this concern the whole boiler that we has, or the whole rivet design that we had discussed up to now. Okay, so next video will be the important one for exam, as far as your exam is concerned. So for the next video you have to keep pen, paper and calculator with you, and more importantly the data book. Okay, the data book you are going to get. I am already sending you the link for the V Bhandari data book. You may use V Bhandari data book or the Sadhu Singh, whatever you like. Okay, we will try to get the value from the data book also. Okay, so that's all for now. In case of any query, you may write in the comment section, and I will try to solve your problem in the comment section also. In case of any suggestion, you may write or mail it to me, and suggestion is highly appreciable, so that I will change or enhance my teaching things. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you for watching.